Hello and welcome to this week's Agape Leaders Monday Motivation. In my life, I have been impacted by a few people. One of them is this week's Agape Leaders Monday Motivation speaker. His name is Sam Kirkowitz. And although I do not have time to share with you just how much Sam has impacted my life, I pray that as you hear him speak in this week's Monday Motivation, you too will be inspired. So without further ado, here is Sam Kirkowitz.
Hello, I'm Sam Kirkowitz. Thank you, Dr. Mays, for letting me speak on this Motivation Monday. Philippians 4 says, whatever state I'm in, he says, I don't speak in respect of want. So not the external of abundance or lack, he says. But whatever state, what is he talking about there? You know, Jesus taught from a tradition of understanding, from a holy Hebrew way that God inspired to write so he could put forth to us how we're made and how we can change and how we can have vision as we walk in the light. You see, he said, whatever state I'm in, Paul said, as he explained that traditional thought pattern of Christ, meaning the states of being. He said, I can be content. I can teach myself not to be the same as the brain wants it to be, as an archive of the past, a survival mechanism that never changes, that somehow we want an unseen hand to go against the biology and the way God made our neurochemistry, to move us in such a way that's not the way God made us to be. Paul directly explained this when he talked about the states of being. It said that Jesus said, don't be like the hypocrites. He didn't say not to pray. He said that the way they were, or their being, or their state, was not the way in which God wanted to give across his message. So God has specific ways in the states of mind that he created us with that he will not go against. You can't be in a state of chatter or high beta, as we say in the neuroscience community. You have to be in a more relaxed state. You have to be in a theta alpha state. See, your states of being were the neurobiochemistry that God made. He gave us intentions to have in the clarity of the light, which is the life of Christ in us after we're born again. And he gave us those clear intentions, that specific clear vision. And he wants us to elevate our emotion or our body to memorize those things in such a way, not as an archive of the past, but a GPS for the future. And he said, they asked him, how do we do that? And he said, you draw away. You can't stay in the chatter and hear from God in such a way to keep yourself on the right path of a specific vision and not be encountering obstacles constantly in chaos and chatter and movement. You see, he contrasted that with being in a state of drawing away and hearing from God. So a clear intention, an elevated emotion, and those things that God made your brain to be, and not rely on an unseen hand to change things that are different than the way God intended for them to be in our neurobiology or the way we think. So like I say, like Christ said, and what Paul expanded on, whatever state you're in, any of those four states of being, which is the relaxed drawing away long enough to become strong enough, so you can hear from God and keep that clear vision as you walk in the light away from the obstacles and let him handle it. Don't stay in the chatter and think God is going to do anything different for you if you stay the same. and not draw away as Christ even had to hear from the Father. Again, I'm Sam Kirkowitz, Kirkowitz, Sam Kirkowitz. You can messenger me on Facebook, and I have many writings and sayings and things that could help you. Thank you, Dr. Mays. Not a greater man to do this than him. Receive many wise counsels from Dr. Mays and will in the future, I'm sure.
Thank you, Sam, for such a motivating word. We appreciate your time, and we pray that you will be able to continue to do all that God is doing in and through your life. Well, that's all we have for this week's Monday Motivation. Until next time, you have a blessed week.